What's up, fuckers? All right. Well, welcome back to this edition of No Integrity. I apologize. Last week, I felt like absolute dog shit. And by the time his show rolled around, I was like, ugh, I don't feel like doing anything but laying on this freaking bed, not doing a goddamn thing. So I apologize for the lack of any episode last week, but I did feel like absolute dog shit. So here we are this week back at it again. Eric,
Yes, hello.
we want to talk about first, bro.
I'm very enthused right now.
I can tell you're just like all about it, brother.
Mhm.
hmm
Mhm. A lot of shit in the news this week. And
Yeah, yeah. What springs to mind first?
oh, the shooting. That shooting in Australia.
Yeah. Tell us more. Go
I
ahead.
don't know much about it. Uh one of them used a shotgun, one of them used a bolt action rifle. So,
I believe that's correct.
something
Yes.
like that. So, yeah, good old gun control. That works. Not to get political, but
Well, here is the thing, though, right? That's what they're saying. They
those
need
damn assault bolt action rifles.
they need
Well, the thing is they have
more gun control. That's what
they
they're saying.
Yeah, and I don't know if those people were even, allowed to legally own those, so who knows?
Well, real quick before you go any farther with this, just to add this, you may know this. I was unaware until I was live streaming with another group a couple years ago, and they had a guy from Australia on talking about their gun control. If you buy your kid in Australia, if you buy your kid a fucking Nerf gun, you have to register it. So just want to put that out there before we go on.
That's pretty retarded, honestly, but no, I guess one of the guys was stopped by just some dude, just kinda
A Muslim.
just jumped on him and took his gun. I don't
And then
think
pointed it at him, never fired,
he
just
probably didn't know how
pointed
to
it at
use it.
him.
It looked like he was trying to, but, he didn't know how to use it. So that other guy, the shooter probably just coulda went back and said, "Hey, give it back."
Here, let me show you how to use that. And
I mean, it's a perfect example of disarming citizens for, after a while, they have no idea how to even use a gun. So, that's a pretty good way to control people, my opinion, but
yeah, I generationally people will literally lose even the cognitive ability to know how to use a fucking firearm. I mean, let's face it, Australia started out as a prison colony and is back to being a prison colony. Like
yeah,
during COVID and with the disarming of the population, I think they can have like 22 rifles and stuff like that, but even they're very strict on that.
that's a lot of rifles for a country with gun control.
Okay, a 22 caliber rifle, I
Ah,
believe they can own it. And it's more for like varmint control for like farmers and stuff like that, right? But they're very, very limited. And even that again is very strict. If you have to register a goddamn Nerf gun.
that's insane. I remember, listening to Gary Nolan several years ago, and he had a Australian guy, he was like the owner of his own ammunition company or something,
Mm.
and they were talking about a story that took place here in the States, and some guy broke into some old lady's house, and she blasted him, killed him, and was like, "Good job." That was it, like, nothing happened to her. And the guy from Australia, he was like, "Yeah, she'd be spending the rest of her life in prison, even though he was there to kill her, like, didn't care, like, was gonna kill her, take her stuff or whatever, but they would rather you die than you kill somebody who's trying to kill you." No.
Yeah, I remember a news story from seven. This was probably, I mean, decades ago, around Chicago. It was around some big city, but anyway, this woman, elderly woman in a wheelchair, this guy breaks in her house and he's like pushing her around to all the valuables, and she told him to take her to a specific drawer in this like dresser that she had. She's, I guess she told him, "Oh, I got a bunch of jewelry in this drawer." So he pushes her over there. She reaches in, pulls out a pistol in him. Boom, boom, boom. Shoots him dead. I'm like, good for her.
Yeah.
Because that guy was being a see you next Tuesday. So good riddance to bad rubbish. I mean,
Yeah, I don't have a problem. Yeah, I have no problem even saying that's what he deserved. Like,
yeah.
he didn't deserve life if you're gonna do shit like that.
Especially to an old lady in a wheelchair, right?
Right.
If you're gonna do that to some harmless senior citizen, then yeah, if you get a couple extra like oxygen holes blasted in you, well, that's kind of on you. And dude, I love it when I have to laugh when I see these stories. Like several years ago, the 13-year-old that was by himself and like three kids broke in. They did one of those oh, what do they call it? Just like when they kick your fucking door and they come in, right? And the kid goes back, grabs the AR, and I believe he shot all of them. And then the grandparents are like, "It wasn't a fair fight." And I'm like, "Oh, 3-on-1's a fair fight?"
Right.
They kick the door into your house, and you're supposed to be like, "Oh, you don't have guns? What do you have? Okay, let me go grab the equivalent of what you have, and we'll have a baseball bat fight right here in the house." No,
Right.
no,
No.
you're gonna have extra holes. I'm sorry. I'm
Mhm.
not dying because it's not a fair fight. You shouldn't broke in my fucking house then, douche canoe.
Absolutely.
I don't get but yeah, that kind of shit just like really makes my blood boil when people, the whoever gets shot in while they're committing a crime and say it's not fair. He shouldn't have lost his life. Oh, I don't know. Maybe teach your whatever sibling, your children, whatever friend, they shouldn't like kick people's doors in and try to steal their shit.
Right.
Like property rights, teach them property rights. Like that shit's not yours. Don't steal it. If they want to sell it, buy it.
Right.
But don't
And
don't be envious and go, yeah, and lazy and be like, yeah, they got some nice shit that I don't want to work for, so I'm just gonna go take it and make it my own, and then expect not to pay the consequences. I don't know.
teach your kids not to stab you to death either. That's
Jesus
rude.
Christ. Oh, had to fucking go there, didn't you, brother?
Yeah. Was he anti-gun? Not to speak ill of the dead, but
Yes, I believe Rob Reiner was very vocal about. I'll look it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure that he was very um, pro gun.
control.
Yeah,
What was did you see Trump's tweet?
I did.
A
Listen,
little too soon, I think, but
well,
you know
it's
what?
just
He's not
stupid. Like
wrong.
it's not. He didn't die because he had Trump derangement syndrome. It had nothing to do with the goddamn being stabbed to death by if it was his son or whatever. Right? Nothing to do with that shit. Yes, was he very anti-Trump? Yes, he was. He said a lot of stupid things on the internet, but for Trump to equate it to like TDS, I'm like, dude, you're listen. The more Trump talks, the more I start to where I can't even stand to hear his fucking voice because he lies so much anymore. I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up and go on. I I was just like, yeah, you're just being a like, it's just Trump and his narcissism. Anytime you speak ill about him in your life, if something happens to you, then he has to always that has to equate back to him every time. He can't just say what a horrible thing to happen, rest in peace and go on. It has to tie it back to himself all the time. Like, dude, get over yourself a little bit. Calm down. You're the president of the fucking United States. Chill out a little bit. Or
Yeah,
wait, then you can talk some smack. But
right.
this is it's not right. Okay. I'm not saying that the people on the left side of the political aisle are right, but when they equate anything to what a Republican says back to Trump, and then Trump gets out there and says the dumbest things possible. It's easy to tie all the Republicans to Trump, even though a lot of Republicans are like, I don't know about this fucking guy.
Mhm.
It shit gets on my nerves. It is pretty crazy that, and again, because here's a headline says tragic irony: anti-gun crusader Rob Reiner was killed by a knife, not bullet? Question mark. Like, who the fuck cares? And that's the other problem. I was like, well, he was anti-gun, but he was killed by a knife, not a bullet. It doesn't matter. His fucking apparently his kid stabbed him to death.
He was killed by a crazy person.
Yeah. And if you take guns away from people, as in Britain, right? They'll just
Mhm.
they start stabbing everybody.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's maybe that I didn't pull the article up. Maybe that's what they're getting at is like, hey, dude, you can still die by other means. It doesn't automatically have to be a gun. I don't know. I'm not pulling the article up. I'm not going to read it. It might make my head hurt. Trying to follow someone's logic sometimes makes my head want to burst open. But yeah, I thought what Trump did was a little fucking retarded, but he's Trump. He's just gonna do it regardless if you or I think it's dumb or not. He's gonna be like, oh, this sounds really good. All caps.
Yeah.
Fucking thumbs going 90-0 on the phone. So it's like, yeah, it's Trump. What are you gonna do? You can't fix it. You sit and go, what the fuck's he gonna do next?
At least we know he's actually the one writing his tweets, not.
Oh yeah,
somebody else,
there's
you know what I
no
mean?
doubt. Yeah. He doesn't have an auto pen for his fucking
Yeah.
tweets and his
Yeah.
Truth Social posts.
Right.
I love how he segued into this, by the way. This is a great segue there, Eric. He's like, oh, you get fucking stabbed by your kid.
Yeah. I'm the they call me the old master of segues. I've never been called.
What? It would have been better if he would have yelled out what we played 2 weeks ago from that
Yeah.
clip. It's always fun. Look up. Bam. All right, that's fucked up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all good. No, I saw it and I was just like, well, at first it was like they found 2 people in Rob Reiner's home. I'm like, it's them. Like it's him and his wife. But at least, I don't know why they can't do with other shit. Depending on what the like, depending on the incident, like some news stations will just run out and just print shit. And you're like, you didn't even verify your fucking story. You just say shit. Then you redact it later or you retract it later, but you don't apologize for being way the fuck off on whatever you said. Like, I remember when they were talking about something with Syria and they were like, oh, look at these Syrian, like, forces shooting at people. And it was actually an event in Kentucky where they were shooting rifles at night. It's like, who the fuck put the video up there with the goddamn news article? Like, that's way wrong. They don't apologize. They never apologize, though. They're just like, oh, must have been a clerical error in the office somewhere. Secretary fucked up the videotape. Like, okay, dude.
We didn't say the picture was of it. We just put the picture there.
It's like a reenact. It's like a Civil War reenactment.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah.
There was something else in the news. Oh, well, no, we've already covered that. Oh, here's another one. Let's dwell on this one for a minute. So apparently a girl in Nova Scotia, 10 years old, was hanging out with some friends, I think. Drank 2 energy drinks back to back, 2 cans, and then drank a little bit of her friends. Had seizures. They had to call the mom, take her to the emergency room, and now this parent. Well, you guessed it. She wants to ban the sale of energy drinks to minors in Canada. It's like, Jesus Christ. Fuck it. It's called being a parent, you dumb bitch. Sorry.
Limited to just a Scotia.
They're like the scrotum of Canada. Nova scrotum. Give me your thoughts on it. We're both parents here, but just put it out there, Eric. What do you think about some stupid shit like this?
I don't know. I mean, why not?
Why not
just
ban them?
Yeah, for kids like under 18.
Okay.
I'm
I
just playing
legit
devil's
thought you were
advocate here.
being I legit thought you were being serious, and I was going to get in my car, drive to your house, and punch you in the
Well,
fucking
tell me
face.
why. Tell me why not.
Oh, what are we doing? NSYNC now? Tell me why.
Yes. That's Backstreet
Why
Boys.
we wouldn't ban them?
Yeah.
For, like,
if some kid's dying,
she didn't die. She lived. She just had seizures. Didn't even die.
she was going to.
Are you sure?
If she wasn't saved by
Saved by the Bell,
the great Canadian government-run healthcare system.
Listen. It's one of those things where you could play devil's advocate and go, well, it's like, okay, what fucking parent let kids sit there and get multiple cans of energy drinks and go, yeah, just drink up, kids. I mean, it's got taurine and all this caffeine, but your little 10-year-old heart will hold up just fine when it's fucking thumping out of your chest. Like, oh, it's cool. Just drink up. Yeah, it's fine. Get wired, you little crackheads, and then run around the house and put your head through the fucking drywall. And while you're at it, pull out a Ouija board and summon a demon. And come down here later and find your entrails scattered across the room like some kind of weird episode of fucking Stranger Things. But hey, I don't know, dude. It's just like parenting fails, and then they're like, well, we need the government. Like, you're really asking these dickheads to block energy drinks from your kids? Like, do you not watch these douchebags do dumb shit week in and week out? Like, you're just gonna trust them for this too? Like, everything? Right. Block my kids from everything. Okay. So when your kids are all coming out of school like totally retarded, I'm sure your society is gonna just excel to new heights. I don't know. I just shit just fucking gets on my nerves when these parents come out and want everything banned. It's
it's like
give up your parenting job. Fuck off.
It's like Tipper Gore. Remember that whole thing with the music?
Oh, with music? Yeah. And then Dee Snider, basically undressed her on the fucking, in that committee hearing. Yes, that was beautiful.
Yeah. And John Denver.
Of all people.
I know. But yeah, she was listening to Prince at home with her kids and listening to, I think it was like, I don't know what song it was, probably like Little Nicky or something. And
that's what spurred this whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Was Prince?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And now you have anywhere where like kids can buy CDs, which they don't anymore. I mean, goddamn.
Right.
I mean, what are they doing
back
now?
in the day?
You know, they can get on YouTube
Apple
and
Music.
watch Wet Ass Pussy on when they're 10 years old. Dance to that shit.
It's way worse than the 80s and 90s music ever thought about being. Until 2 Live Crew came out.
Yeah.
Then their faces probably melted. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I remember I remember that shit. I also remember what George Carlin said about Al Gore's wife. Like, he's actually fucking that
woman. What?
He's actually fucking that woman. Who would fuck her to begin with?
He's not.
Somebody else is. They're test tube. All their kids are test tube babies. Is that what you're saying?
He's fucking something else.
And then she's getting fucked by somebody
of the man variety.
Man variety. No, I just remember seeing, like, I remember watching a documentary on like rock and roll and metal and stuff like that. and like the hair bands and shit. And D. Snyder was talking about, he's like, I show up and they think I'm just some idiot rock and roll guy. And then he just gets up there and just fucking lays them all to waste. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, if you looked at D. Snyder and you didn't know anything but their music, yeah, you would expect he's probably going to duh, duh, and just rattling off some dumb shit. And he just gets up there and just absolutely mind fucks them. And they're like, oh shit, we should have picked a different person. Like, this was the wrong guy to let in their room.
Yeah.
Made us all look like assholes. But dude, I think I probably told a story about my girlfriend that got all my tapes removed out of my room one time. I don't know if I've told that story on this show or
I
not.
don't know.
So I was dating this girl. Her dad was a preacher. And she knew what kind of music I listened to. Like, I had a whole like case with cassettes just filled. Metallica, Iron Maiden, Anthrax, Megadeth. It's all
John
kind
Denver.
of shit. Not John Denver.
Oh.
And I worked like 3 hours after school every day at this factory. I would just like sweep floors and shit like that. So I get off work, I come home, I go down to my room. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to some music. Well, first of all, I noticed all the posters in my room are gone. And I was like, so I had Iron Maiden and shit posters in my room. I'm like, that's weird. And I go over to my tape thing and I just open up the lid and like there's like 2 tapes left. And I was like, what in the fuck is this? And then my mom comes in. She's like, your girlfriend called me and told me what kind of lyrics were in it. It's like all this devil worship shit. I was like, motherfucker, are you kidding me? So yeah, all my shirts, my posters, tapes, all gone. She trashed all of it. Well, I thought she did. I found where she stashed them and I pulled some back. Some of them were gone. Some of them I held on to. And I was like, you fuckers have never listened to the lyrics of any of these songs. Like, none of you have. I'm fucking like 16, 17 years old. And like metal music was like my outlet for like the teenage angst shit, right? Like music, like it like helps you get through, deal with shit. And that just gets ripped away. And I was like, cool. So the next day I go into school. I walk in and my girlfriend is like inside the doors. I walk in and I just fucking ghost her. I just go right to my locker. and at that time, like we would walk the halls before like school started. Like we just pair with like 3 or 4 friends and we just walk the halls until the one bell rang and you go to your first hour class. And she's like, follows me in my locker and she's like, and she's like all moody and shit. And I was like, I don't want to fucking talk to you right now. And I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I was like, what is wrong with you? Why would you call my mom and tell her this shit? And it's like all that stuff. Cause that's the thing, like all the shirts, the posters, the cassettes, all were bought with the money that I made. No one bought me any of that stuff. I bought all of it. And oh, dude. I would never hit a woman, but that's the closest I've come to slapping a female probably in my entire life, just about. Like I wanted to pep slap the fuck out of her. Like, what is your problem? Don't you have some other shit to worry about? We didn't date much longer after that. I kind of forgave her a little bit, but then a little while longer, I'm like, fuck this shit. This is stupid. But yeah, dude, I don't know how I didn't like blow the house down with like a nuclear explosion that came off the top of my head when I found that shit. I was like, or the lack of shit that should have been. Yeah. That rest of that day, I was like, just don't fucking talk to me. I don't fucking look at you. You've went way lower than I thought a human being could. So.
Oh yeah, that's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
talk to me. If you have a problem with it, talk to me about it. Don't just tell my mommy and fucking have her.
Yeah. Yank everything out.
I hope she's fucking dead today. Shit, that bitch.
Jesus Christ. But I was just, it's a thing like, I I explained to my mother like years later, because for years I couldn't really talk to her about none of this stuff, right? I just like, because there was just no point, right? It was just gonna in one ear out the other. But like the song Master of Puppets, shit like that from Metallica. I was like, "Do you know what that song's about?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "That's about drug addiction." I said, "That's the thing." I was like, "We always got told in church that all this shit was just satanic, right?" I go, "A lot of the times, if you read the lyrics, it has nothing to do with Satan. They're talking about some dark shit, or their wordings. They're talking about everyday things, and but they phrase them lyrically totally different than a normal person would. That's all it
Right.
is.
Yeah.
That's all it fucking is, man."
That's like that song by, the band Satanica, I Love the Devil.
It doesn't mean it
No, it's about, falling in love
with
with
itself.
yeah,
With
and
Satan.
respecting yourself, going
I
to church.
Now I will admit there is some shit out there that's clearly like they really like Satan a lot. But 90 something percent of it is not that. Um I'm trying to think of another example, but yeah, there was so much different shit that um I listened to as a kid. Well, I was like telling her because after Ronnie James Dio passed away, that idiot Fred Phelps had to put out a video. It was like Ronnie James Dio is in hell. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that, dickhead? Like, are you the all-knowing, all-seeing eye douche canoe? No, you don't. But I was talking to my mom about it one day about him, and I go, I didn't even know it because he didn't ever like advertise it. He just, the people that actually do good things and don't have to brag about it and like videotape every fucking thing.
Yeah.
He had all these shelters for kids that like runaways and stuff, so they had a safe place to go at night. He had all that stuff. He never fucking bragged one time. He
You
just
know who
did it.
else did that? Jeffrey Epstein. Never talked about it, just took the kids and
Okay. Listen,
took
dude,
care
don't
of 'em.
ever, don't
Uh-huh.
ever, 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 ever put Ronnie James Dio and Jeffrey Epstein in the same goddamn conversation. Jesus Christ, that's fucking terrible. It's funny, but it's terrible. But that, it's just one of those things where people are like, oh, fucking devil worship. I'm like, okay, so would a devil worshiper like set up around LA and some of these biggest cities? Shelters for runaway kids to go into and just stay the night while it's dark and cold out, and then leave the next day, go about whatever. Just give them a safe place to stay for a night. I don't think Satan worshipers go around doing that shit. They would
No.
sacrifice them, but they wouldn't be all safe and getting a meal and shit, right? And they also wouldn't be giving massages to politicians either. So fuck you for that. But but that's the thing. Like that's what gets me, right? It's like you get these rock and roll personalities and people just automatically, oh, they do heavy metal or whatever. They must be evil. And it's like, no, they're just like a lot of other people who do good works without advertising it and bragging about it. I mean, they might talk about it to raise funds, but they're not trying to get in front of a camera every minute of the day like these Hollywood douchebags. Like, look what I'm doing today. Like, no one cares. No one cares. You live in a make believe world 90% of your life. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But that was one of the points in my life where I'm like, maybe it should be okay to hit women. I'm just saying, like today seems like a good day to reverse that policy. Not punch, just fucking
Yeah.
a little tap. That's all.
Yeah, add it to the list
Things that need to change.
of reasons.
Slapping women. Reason to slap a woman. Got your heavy metal music taken away from you.
Yeah.
You do that to too many teenage boys, there will be a rash of fucking pimp slaps going on.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
What were the tapes that she didn't throw away?
I don't even remember.
Like, what did
Because
you have that wasn't heavy metal?
there was nothing. It was all heavy metal for some reason. I don't know if just like the cover didn't look whatever. And she's like, "Oh, these are probably safe." But everything, all my Iron Maiden, all my Metallica, my Megadeth, my Anthrax, everything. Phew, I think I had some Dio tapes. Shoink, gone. And I was like, "You left me nothing, 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 nothing." Every shirt, every poster, everything gone. And I was like, ah, "Cool, thanks,
Yeah,
bitch."
that's gonna make me like straighten up and start going to church and dressing in slacks and nice button-up shirts.
Well,
No, it's
I was
gonna make
going to
me
church at
fucking.
that time. Like
I
I
was gonna
was,
say, well, I'm just saying it's gonna make you
yeah,
be like, yeah, you're right.
yeah. I
You know,
definitely
I'm gonna
wouldn't.
go. I'm gonna go straight to Satan and be like, I'm gonna start doing fucking paint a pentagram on the floor
I'm gonna
in
rip the
blood.
carpet up,
Yeah,
paint it, and then put the
fucking
carpet back down.
candles and
Yeah,
uh,
and yeah, I definitely you do that to a teenager, you do that to an adult, and you're gonna get pushed back in the opposite direction, right? That's just
yeah,
fucking human nature. Most people aren't gonna be like, "Oh, okay, cool." No, you're gonna get the fucking opposite.
yeah. You start banning energy drinks, people are gonna start drinking more energy drinks.
Yeah, it's
And
just like anything like alcohol, right?
mhm.
Oh, we had prohibition of alcohol. Yeah, it definitely stopped all the drinking.
Yeah,
Prohibition
yeah,
on
for sure.
marijuana for years. Yeah, definitely. Everybody quit smoking weed. Definitely, sure.
Yeah. Everybody's
They
like,
just
"All
go to
right,
the black market.
yeah, we'll straighten up."
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That was just one of the, yeah, one of the points in my life where I was like, okay. I told my mom, was like, if you, and I did say, like, you think I'm just gonna go start listening to fucking country music now?
Yeah.
No, not happening. No,
Give me a fucking George Strait tape. That
no.
guy now that guy's a Satanist.
Well, I mean, what's his name? Oh, goddamn. Garth
Garth
Brooks might
Brooks?
be a
Yeah,
serial killer.
of course he is.
You heard the Tom Segura thing, right,
Yeah.
on that? Yeah. I've never actually listened to it. I've just seen clips. Like, do you know about what he's talking about? Because I don't really. Do you have a better idea?
I thought you told me all about it. Maybe it wasn't you. I thought it was like he would go to
I
like
we've mentioned it, but I
all
don't know a
these
lot of
he
details.
would go on tour and every city he would go to, like around the time that his concerts were going on, there would be people end up dead in those cities. So I was like, "What the fuck?" It's kinda like have you ever heard of the, comedian Vince Champ?
No.
He was a comedian that would go around and do shows at colleges, and these girls were getting graped, and they were like, "What the." There's a great, clip on the Norm Macdonald show
Oh, God.
where they're talking about it, and this one guy was like, "Yeah, his gimmick was that he would go to these colleges and rape these women and then leave town." And Norm Macdonald goes, "Worst gimmick a comic ever had." And the other guy's like, "Yeah, maybe a gimmick wasn't the right word." But
Oh, Jesus Christ.
so that's I think that's what that the George Brooks, Garth Brooks, whatever his fucking name is. Brooks
Foster
and
Brooks.
Dunn. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've like I said, I've heard like little bits, like from clips from your mom's house or whatever podcast that him and his wife have, and I've
Yeah.
heard him talk about it before. And it's pretty funny. I mean, when he when I heard that clip, it reminded me of something from one of his stand-ups where he's talking about like I think it was people dressing up like cowboys, and he's like talking about I'm gonna drag you behind my truck, bury you in the desert, and every time I drive past your body, I'll get a boner. And then I just like, all right, Tom, there you go, buddy. It was fucking hilarious, but it made me think of that Garth Brooks thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, wouldn't it be fucked up if years later you find out that Garth Brooks is actually a fucking serial killer?
I'm waiting for it. I heard that, well, like, his so Tom Segura's fans would go to his concert Garth Brooks concerts and hold up signs that say, like, "Where are the bodies?" all this shit.
Shit.
And Garth Brooks got so fucking sick of it. Somebody said that somebody said who knows Garth Brooks personally, he has on his like the background of his phone, this home screen is a picture of Tom Segura laying on the basketball court after he fucked up his arm.
No shit.
Yeah. Like he's like, fuck yeah. Fuck
Oh,
you, piece
damn.
of shit. Which is some serial killer fucking
vibe.
behavior. Yeah.
Think about this though, to have almost a beef, but not quite a beef between a comedian and a country music star.
Yeah.
Like that's a weird beef.
It is. And Garth
You're
Brooks is just a weird motherfucker anyway.
Yeah.
He's always been, he's one of those, I've never understood. I don't hate him. I don't like his music, but he's not as bad as fucking like Luke Bryan or something like that, where you just listen to it and just want to fucking claw your ears out. But I never understood the hype. His music is not that great. It's poppy, maybe at the time, but I know a lot of people that I used to work with a guy. He was around my age, and he's like, went to the Garth Brooks concert, and it was fucking awesome. And he played his last song, and the lights went down, and he fucking left the stage, and everybody was pissed off because he didn't do Thunder Rolls. Remember that song?
Yeah, I do remember that song.
And then all of a sudden, you hear a fucking big old thunder clap going off, and everybody's fucking crying and screaming, and I'm just like, sounds fucking gay, dude. It's a fucking song about a cheating husband. I mean, who gives a shit?
Have you ever go ahead? I'm sorry.
No, tis what it is.
Have you ever heard this? I'm just gonna turn the fucking thing up on my Bluetooth. You ever heard this fucking clip before? For whatever reason, it cracks me up.
He was like, yeah, but not the black and the green ones. Motherfucker, who said I had Easter jelly beans? To make a long fucking story short, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
You ever heard that before?
I've heard you talk about it. To make a long story short, I mean, you go from, yeah, you left out a lot there.
That was just a little bitty clip. Yeah, I shoved a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
I was, yeah, visiting
You ever
my
see
friend
that
John the other day, and next thing you know, double murder, man.
Did you ever see that the clip of Bill Burr on Conan show where he's talking about going and watching, like, it was something about watching that movie Monster with Charlize Theron, and he's like, you're like, how do you? He's like, that's like Jeffrey Dahmer. He's like, why'd you kill those people? Like, oh, some guy shoved a tuna fish sandwich up my ass, and I confused people with food. And Conan just loses it. He's like, he's like, what? He's like, I don't know. It's like sexual. I didn't know if you'd seen that clip before.
I probably have, but
okay,
it's fucking hilarious.
Let me see. I'm just going to play the audio. Let's see if I can find it.
I was looking at our channel to see if there's any comments. There wasn't, or views.
There's nothing.
But there's an AI summary of our videos.
Oh God, what does this say, bro?
Oh, I'll look it up.
I think this is it right here. God damn it. I got to take it back to the beginning now.
Go see that movie Monster. Remember that movie with Charlize Theron?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody was saying how, oh my God, it was unbelievable. Like they literally blamed guys that she was a serial killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you saw the Jeffrey Dahmer movie, it wasn't like, somebody shoved a tuna fish sandwich up my ass and I confused people with food. So they didn't make like a big excuse for him. You know? She was a psycho killing people and she should have died. but I'm like watching it feeling guilt. Do they ever take responsibility for their actions? Even when they're murdering people, it's somehow our fault. It's unreal.
Yeah. Conan's just in his fucking chair, like dying laughing. He can't even say anything. He's just like, anyway, go ahead.
Conan was the best. I think it was like Conan and then Letterman.
Yeah,
they
for
were
sure.
they were the fucking best because Letterman was vicious. He didn't give a fuck.
No, he lit everybody up.
He was
Okay,
kind
did
of
you
an
find the
asshole.
AI thing?
Yeah. So from
Okay.
the last one,
God damn.
the first bullet is podcast popularity 10 seconds to 46 seconds. The hosts comically acknowledge their low subscriber count, joking about their slow growth, but emphasizing that having fun is the most important thing. The next bullet, weekend activities, 48 seconds to 2 minutes and 55. One host shares details about his weekend, including taking photos of a juvenile bald eagle and a relaxing, lazy Thanksgiving break. It just goes on. It's just fucking hilarious. Yeah, so stupid.
Good shit.
So you don't even have to watch the fucking video. You can just
AI will tell you all about it.
I'll tell you, be like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not watching this shit.
I'm gonna shove a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
I don't know what got me thinking about this the last couple days, but you know how Newton, wasn't it Isaac Newton who the apple fell on his head?
Yeah, the apple fell from the
And
tree. He came
that's
up with
where
the
he
law
was
of
like,
gravity.
yeah, like, oh fuck gravity. I thought to myself, how many people discovered gravity before Newton, but were hit in the head with way too big objects?
And it killed him.
Yeah. Or they were just like mentally disabled after that. They're like, the earth pulls up in the fucking sky down. It pulled it down. They're like, all right, let's put him to bed or something.
That why I got big dent right here.
Yeah.
Big dent.
Ow. Ow.
I mean,
rock fell on the head.
What happened?
When was that, by the way? Like
Newton?
Yeah, how fucking stupid are you? Like your whole the whole human existence have always seen shit go down. They've never seen anything just like all of a sudden sitting on the ground and just goes. Whoop. You're like, oh, well, that's how it is. No, it's always fucking falling down. Newton wasn't smart. Fuck him. It's like an apple fell on his head and goes, oh shit. How about that? Everything that I've ever known has come down.
1680.
Good Lord.
1680.
That's fucking crazy. Like Columbus didn't even know about gravity.
Well, I mean, let's think about it for a little bit, right? They used to think that the Earth was the center of the galaxy or of the solar system and they thought everything rotated around the Earth, but they didn't have the instruments to like look and do the math to map it and go, oh shit, actually the sun's the center of our solar system. And if I'm not mistaken, Newton also, not only did he come up with the theory of gravity, I think he kind of invented
Apple pie.
Mathematical equations, like almost kind of like a trig or something like that, trigonometry or something like that, to get it to work. I don't know. His intelligence was through the roof for that time, and even by today's standards, he was just such a scientific genius. I think he even came up with other new types of math. So I think that's what it is. It's just like no one could understand how to write equations and figure these things out. And it took like him to be that smart, because like from Greek times, my understanding is that they would just sit around and think things, and that's just the way they were. Like they couldn't write it out mathematically in all these equations for the majority. So they would just be like, yeah, this is this is how it is. And they would just like sit and ponder for fucking hours, I guess, and be like, yep, that's how it is. And you're like, it's not how that shit works, bro. But back in Greek times, when the Greeks were thought of the great philosophers, not saying that they weren't, but sometimes they would just think about things and say, yep, that's the way it is, just because they thought about it a really long time. So I don't know. Yeah, but you're right. It is crazy that this, 1680, Newton's like, hey, wait a freaking minute. But then, like, I don't remember all the scientists' names, right? But then somebody was watching the skies and could see a particular planet move. And then they like they did a bunch of mathematical equations and said, and then plotted out and said, there should be something right there. And they either found like, God, was it Uranus or Pluto? It might have been Neptune, not Uranus, fucker. I knew you were going to go there. But they found another planet on the outer rims of the solar system by doing equations, watching how the planet moved, and by its movement knew there had to be another planetary body somewhere nearby, somewhere closer to its orbit to get it to move in that way. And just by constantly watching it night after night and then doing equations to go, it should be somewhere right in that area. And somebody with a good telescope goes up and goes, fuck yeah, there it is right there.
We should get Neil Patrick Harris on this video. What's his name? Not Neil Patrick Harris.
You
What's
mean
the other guy?
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, that guy. We don't need that Doogie Howser guy on there.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is a very smart man, but he is an egotistical motherfucker too.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible. Like horrible. Like, he's super smart, but he's so egotistical. It's like, calm down, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't figure any of this out. You're just saying it. You read
Yeah.
it and are talking about it. You understand it, which takes intelligence, but
the thing that's good about him is the way he talks about it makes it interesting because he has that enthusiasm when he's talking about it. You can tell he's learned a lot and he retains all that. And so, but yeah, he's really great. There was like a series, it was like a 4-part series. It was on Netflix for a while, but he talked about anything from like the universe to everything down to like neutrons, protons, and electrons, which I'm watching this shit and had no idea there were quarks inside protons, and I didn't know that shit till I started watching this thing, and I'm like, I watched it a lot. I watched it over and over and over again because I was fascinated by it. I'm like, I didn't know this shit. Listen, everybody that knows me knows I'm a complete dumbass. I don't have intelligence, right? So that's well-founded. It's not hard when you have a conversation with me and you go, yep, he's fucking stupid, right? But I still get fascinated by, I see it in your face. You want to say some shit, but this stuff, like when he's talking about, okay, if you like, take for instance, you take a spring and you weigh it, right? You weigh the spring just in its normal state. If you had a way of weighing the spring, if you compressed it, because you've added energy to that spring, technically that spring will weigh more because energy equals mass. So if you compress a spring and you had a way of weighing it, the spring would be heavier in that state than it would be in its normal state uncompressed. Which is, when I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? It makes sense. But the thing with science sometimes is you have to go like, you have to think about things way different than you normally would. Like, you have to put all your common sense, the way you think about things, you have to shelve it and start looking at it from like a really whole new perspective. And my dumb ass, it makes my head hurt, but I still find it fascinating just to listen to whoever.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. But
yeah, it's cool shit. But I also, when people are like, okay, I know we try not to go too political on the show, but I have to ask you, right? The whole thing about vaccines is coming around, and there's like measles outbreaks in different states and blah blah blah. And I was trying to look it up, and every article that I looked up is like it really doesn't have anything to do with immigration per se. It's some of it was people that are under vaccinated get around people who are also under vaccinated, and then you get measles because you're supposed to, I guess, according to this one thing, you should have at least 3 measles vaccines by the time you're a certain age or whatever. But I see people posting this is like, yeah, me and my family follow science. We follow science, and science saves lives. And blah 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 blah. And I couldn't help but respond to a certain Facebook post from a certain person who makes my head hurt. Anyway, I said, so does they automatically equated it to people are getting fewer and fewer vaccines. That's it. That's what it is. It's just people are getting fewer and fewer vaccines. So all I did was pose the question. After COVID and all the lies and forcing people to get it so they could keep their job or go to a fucking restaurant or get on an airplane, come to find out you lied to them the whole time. You wonder why there's vaccine hesitancy now? Why? What
Yeah.
are you fucking stupid? You just can't fathom the thought that people would just start bucking the system and not trusting the fucking science all the time. Get out of here. Like, what are you talking about? It's this dribble is some of the dumbest crap that I read sometime. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And at the very end, I just put, in somewhere in there, I said, have you tried thinking for yourselves? Again, I'm a dumbass. But I get on and I read these posts and I will just pose a question or I'll make a statement, pose a question, and no one responds. The only people that they respond to are people that come out, they're on the far right side, and they post their stupid little rant, and people like put their little laughing emoji or like, oh, what did Trump do? Trump dumbass. But if you pose a normal, like something with a little bit of thought behind it, there's so many people that don't even respond in those posts. And I'm like, you people aren't thinking for yourselves. No one's responding. No one. Like I might get one like laughing emoji. That's it. But there are no typed responses in the comments. Dude, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
But it does help my self-esteem because I'm like, well, at least I'm not that stupid. So there is that.
Right. Yeah, you can actually, right or wrong, you're not just gonna fucking go with some kind of trend.
Oh, dude, that shit gets on my nerves so bad when I watch people do that. I'm like, you literally can't think for yourself, can you? This is fucking horrifying. I'd love to be in a room with them in like some conference and just let my dark humor take over and just start saying shit and just to time and see how long it would take for me to get kicked out of said conference.
Oh yeah.
Take it like a challenge. Like run a poll. Like, how long, guys? Oh, I say half an hour. I say an hour. Like somebody's gonna be like 5 minutes. Like, bet. Here we go. Here we go, brothers and sisters. Let me see if I can beat the 5-minute mark. Like that audio that was like made its rounds on the interwebs many years ago from like it's like some socialist or communist like conference, right? And everybody was calling for points of order. One guy's like, I see people holding up signs and I have this, so I really would appreciate if you'd put their sign down. And somebody else would call for a point of order and bitch about something. And it just kept going and going and going. I'm like, you guys will never be able to take over because you can't even hold a fucking meeting.
Yeah. Guys, let's be respectful and excuse me. The term guys is sexist.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But I get you heard that audio, right?
Oh
Yeah. Like, you guys will never be able to do anything to amount to anything because you can't even get to the minutes of the meeting without 40 of you being triggered by the absolute most dumb shit. Thank God I'm not a communist. Holy cow. What? Say it, fucker.
No,
Oh, you're not going to say it?
Just rubbing my eyes.
Oh, okay. Well, you started chuckling, and I thought, oh, he's got a zinger lined up. Never mind.
Not this time.
But yeah, I don't know. I watched that stuff, and I was just like, this makes my fucking head hurt so bad. So goddamn bad. But, you know.
I wonder how close we are to like big pharma coming out with a vaccine that just it is just sugar water, you know, placebo or something, just nothing. And being like, if you don't get this, you're gonna whatever.
You're
And
going
how
to get
many
A.
people? Yeah, how many people are just gonna get it blindly?
Yeah.
'Cause, okay. Believe the science. What science? Are you a scientist? Did you look into it? No. Dumb shit.
I mean, you're not wrong. And those numbers, man, the number of people that do that shit, that number should be way down. Like, it should be way down. And it's not, which is fucking scary. But yeah, that number of people that would just without thought just run out and get it. It's like that number should come, but it's not. I see people all the time. There's a page about this, like these people that still wear masks everywhere and stuff, and talking about they went out and got a fucking flu shot and another COVID shot at the same time. I'm like, God almighty. You know, and that's the other thing. This is one of those topics to get, you know, people from all walks of life get all worked up about. But I said, you know, when I was a kid many, many years ago, I don't remember my parents ever telling me like a needle in one leg and a needle in the other leg at the same time, just like piggybacking all these vaccines at one time and shortening out. It used to go out longer, right? And I'm like, okay, if the vaccines are effective, just do that. Why are you piggybacking 4 and 5 in one visit? Like, oh, and then like, oh, it's perfectly fine. We've done this for years. No, you fucking haven't.
Yeah.
And then anything that has to do with autism or whatever comes out, people just lose their shit. And it's like, I think there might be something to this. I am not an expert in virology. I'm not an expert in vaccinations. I'm clearly not a doctor, but common sense would say if you used to do it, I know it's shocking, but common sense would say we used to do it this way and we weren't seeing this, and now we're doing it this way. And it seems like there's an uptick. Like maybe it's not a coincidence.
Now, is there an uptick in autism, or did they just like back in the old days be like, yeah, he's just weird?
There was one study that showed, especially for young black males, that autism rates were much higher when they started doing this, all the piggybacking and stuff. That's what one trial showed. Now, that guy released that trial, and everybody and their brother came out and just stomped on him. And they're like, oh, this guy's a piece of shit. And he's just, what they call him, like he had a grudge, or he left in a bad way from his job, so this is just his payback. But I'm like, everybody's piling on this guy in a way like they do when someone puts out something that might be valid, and then the rest of the people in the system like just immediately jump on them and try to just like, you know, crush that down and just stomp it out so no one else hears it, or they automatically disregard. And it was like that way. So I was like, maybe there's some validity to his statements because of the reaction that he's getting. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you get those reactions where you're like, they're trying to cover some shit up.
Oh yeah.
And it was like that. It was all these doctors and pharmaceutical guys and everything just coming out. But my understanding is a lot of these vaccines aren't tested like on the schedule. They're not. And then they're like, oh, if we do these testing standards, it's going to screw everything up. Like, why are you so hell bent on not testing for safety and efficacy? What are you scared of? If they're as good as you say that, and I don't care what product it is. If someone says, hey, we need to test this to make it, and they're like, hey, what the hell? This is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And you're like, bro, calm down. What's your
Yeah.
problem?
Yeah, I
If,
don't
like,
think
that's
I
the
want to
first
do it
reaction.
now.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't think
Yeah.
I want to take that anymore.
Yeah.
Like years ago, right? So when I smoked cigarettes and uh one of my coworkers took Wellbutrin and he's like, dude, it worked great. He goes, I didn't care about nothing. He goes, it helped me. Like, he didn't quit smoking, but because he ended up going back to smoking, but he's like, I didn't care if I had a cigarette or not. I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it. So I go to the local doctor here and I'm like, hey, I was talking to a friend and I was thinking about trying to quit smoking. And he's tried Wellbutrin. He said it worked really well for him. The doctor's like, oh, yeah, I got this sample bottle. I'll just give it to you and you can take it. Dude, I took that shit for 3 days. It flipped me from easygoing guy to hair trigger losing my shit. Like angry.
Were you still smoking?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like, oh, I just put the pack of cigarettes down and
No, I
take these
still had
sugar
it.
pills or something.
I
Like, oh,
I smoked fewer, but I was still smoking. And the third day I was on them, I got home from work and my daughter asked me what we were going to have for supper. And I almost hit her. I almost slapped her as hard as I could.
we're fucking having chicken.
I flinched to draw back, caught myself, went, holy shit. Went into the bathroom, took the bottle, and pitched them in the fucking trash. And my wife's like, you all right? And I go, no, I'm not. I'm not taking that shit. It made me angry the whole fucking time.
Maybe he accidentally gave you like anabolic steroids.
Dude, I don't know. Like it was in a Wellbutrin bottle, but it was, yeah, it was.
I was gonna say, like, that's kind of shady. He just gives you a like. I'd want to go. I would be like, no, cut me a prescription.
Well, I mean, I
And I
guess
get
it's whatever pharmaceutical company made them. Just they handed out sample bottles, you know.
right, but who knows who fucked with that bottle? I don't know.
just
That was my first.
I was
thought.
like, well, it saves me money, and I'm glad I didn't spend any money for a prescription that I threw away 3 days later. Because I know if I would have called you and like, well, let's just a dose of doses. No, we're not. We're done. I almost punched my 2-year-old daughter in the fucking head. We're not taking this. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to make you super angry. Yeah, dude, I got so mad I was throwing shit at work, and people are like, what the fuck is going on with you? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. And then, yeah, when I came home and almost decked my daughter, I was like, that's, I'm done. I have to shut it off. And I just like, I guess I'll just smoke. And then I went to chewing and found out that's harder to quit than smoking and on and on and on, yada, yada, yada. But, and here I am now. But yeah, that is the angriest over a period of 3 days that I've ever felt in my entire life. And I've never just been on a hair trigger like that. I don't think ever. Where especially like throwing shit at work where people are like, what the fuck? Like I didn't throw it and get anywhere close, but I was taking these big old bolts and just fucking and throwing them and they were clanging off the wall and people were like, you all right? And I'm like, nope, I'm not. And don't fucking talk to me. And they're like, okay. And you know me well enough. I'm not like that generally. So yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wellbutrin was bad Butrin for me. Very, very bad Butrin. I like how you said, oh yeah, okay. Fuck off.
You know me, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have anger issues.
You tried to kill me 3 times at work.
Yeah.
Stab me with a sharp object.
Yeah. Fucking
You ever
this
had a thing
very
like that where you
metallic.
like take a medication for something like you're sick or something that like really fucked with you?
No.
Oh, well, you're lucky.
I don't take a lot of medicine.
I don't either, but one year I didn't get I don't know. I don't know if it's some kind of sinus infection or whatever. I got it first and then my coworker got it. And the doctor gave us we went 2 different doctors got same antibiotic. And Jesus Christ, dude. Talk about made you feel fucking queasy. Like going somewhere with a buddy and I was like for the first like half an hour after I took it, I kept telling him like, dude, you better pull over. And he pull off on the side of the road. I get out of the car, nothing. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was also a pothead back then, and then my coworker was also taking it. And he's like, dude, I can't smoke weed on this shit. If I do, it makes me feel like I'm gonna throw up the whole time. And I was like, what kind of fucking antibiotic is this? I didn't even finish the regimen of it. I got tired of feeling sick like that, and I was like, yeah, fuck this shit. And I threw it away. I ended up feeling better within those couple days, but I was like, I can't take feeling nauseous all the fucking time. Yeah, I don't remember what kind of antibiotic it was, but it was not cool at all. And I've never had anything like that ever again with antibiotics, but whew, shit was rough.
Yeah. No, I've only taken medicine for like when I get poison ivy real bad. That's about it.
And that's some kind of steroid.
Yeah.
So you're out like smashing your car windows out after you take it.
They're not anabolic. They're actually like opposite from what I've heard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
make you
It
grow
would-
boobs and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was Erica for a week. I was Erica. That's a girl name.
I don't know how that slipped. Oh my God. That one flew right over my fucking head. Oh, dude, I got to tell you this shit, right? So I was in a fucking meeting the other morning, and one of the supervisors, like, we were winding the meeting down, and she's like, John, anything from your world? I go, yeah. I go, Jesus, they found a gal under the bridge. And I was like, oh, man. She's like, somebody from here. I go, I don't know. I was like, she had a milk jug over her head and a spoon up her butt, and I think it was a serial killer. And then she goes, dude, she goes like this. She goes, she died? And 2 or 3 of the guys there just die fucking laughing. And she's like, why are people chuckling? I don't get it. And I go, she had a milk jug over her head and a spoon up her butt. They think it was a serial killer. And she's like, oh, that's real funny. Well, me and 3 other guys thought it was pretty goddamn hilarious. one of the other guys brought it up. I was like sitting in a training for 2 days, and he's like, dude, how did that joke go again? He goes, I was trying to tell somebody else. So then like a day or 2 later, I got up and I did my little spiel, and at the end they go, but hey, at least they caught that serial killer. She's like, not funny. I'm like, no, that was fucking hilarious. You're just mad because it went right over
Yeah, exactly.
right over
You
your
didn't-
head. You're upset because it went over your head. But yeah, that shit was hilarious. Because I always want, at the end, I always want to go smoke meat, not meth. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I make too many drug references, they're gonna be like, listen, we're gonna go ahead and swab your mouth. I mean, I don't have anything to hide, but I feel like they're just gonna be like, you keep making drug references. You're gonna go pee in a cup. So we don't. We think you're actually doing drugs now. It's like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't get hurt or in an accident, but you told a really fucked up joke. So we need
Yeah.
you to piss in this cup.
You're like, son of a bitch.
I got a note here. I forgot I even wrote it down, but
Oh God.
so we discovered that if we play like YouTube videos for the cat, and it's really funny because it's like birds, like somebody will videotape a bird feeder, and squirrels will come up there, and the cat will lose its shit watching this. But then there was one that it was just a bunch of cats. Somebody was just filming like a bunch of cats just walking around doing whatever. And I'm watching this thing because like one video ended and then this one started. I'm probably on my phone or something. The cat's watching this shit. And there's just fucking cats fucking on TV. I'm just like, why would you put this in the video? Like, what the It's just like, wait a minute, what are they doing? Oh, God damn it.
Oh, so what? You were like streaming it to your TV or some shit? From
Yeah,
your
it was
phone
on
or
it's just YouTube
Oh, okay.
on the TV. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What are you watching at home, bro? Cat porn?
I guess.
I guess that's a different kitty porn.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
Spelled different. Yeah.
that wasn't okay. All right, my
Oh,
bad.
that was funny.
No, we had the very first pug that we ever got. if it saw which generally they say dogs can't really see what's on TV.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking dog. Like, if it saw an animal on the TV, it would lose its shit. It'd start barking, like, especially like horses, cows, other dogs. It would lose its fucking mind. So I don't remember what movie we were watching. We're sitting in the living room, and the TV kind of set before we got a stand for our TV. We just had this old like pantry, and we just put it up on top of there. So we're watching TV, and horses were running across the screen. So the pug jumps off the couch and runs at the TV, then runs this way because the horses are running this way to our left. She runs in, and then so you go down that wall a little bit, and then there's a door to the bathroom. Dog runs at TV, and then runs into the bathroom, and then comes back out. And she's like, "Wait a
Where'd they go?
goddamn second!" Comes back out. More horses run across the screen. Runs back, and I mean, we are dying laughing because it's like this dog has no concept
No,
that
yeah.
these horses are not in the house. It was some of the funniest shit I've ever watched. But yeah, like, so my wife and I always just have the TV on as background noise, and we'd set a sleep timer, and then the TV would shut off. We couldn't watch anything that was going to have fucking animal on it until she fell asleep. Because that dog was awake, we could be, almost fully asleep, and then some fucking animal would pop up on the screen. She'd, it's like, wake up, like, what the hell? And then just look up, and it's like, God damn it. So yeah, we'd have to watch some shit we knew animals wouldn't pop up. If she was asleep, no big deal. Something else about this dog that I never understood is my wife would record, like, we had a DVR at that time. We had cable TV, and she would just record all of her programs, and then she could like fast forward through the commercials. So she'd sit in the living room, she'd watch her shows. Dog be sitting on the couch with her. Somehow, this dog figured out that when she heard commercials, that it was that time of night where my wife was going to bed. So it got to a point. She figured this out somehow. She heard a commercial, somehow could tell the difference between a TV show and a commercial. She'd jump off the couch and just go run up the hall towards the bedroom. If my wife wasn't right behind her, she'd walk back like, fuck you doing? It's time for bed. Let's go. And she'd just sit there and stare at my wife, and my wife's like, how the hell does she figure this out? So if my wife would be doing something and she'd forget to fast forward through the commercial, the goddamn dog would jump off the couch and start running towards the bedroom. But somehow she figured out a difference in sounds.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I wonder if there is some kind of frequency, some kind of subliminal messaging in
Oh.
commercials. You know what I mean? To
Dog's
make
like,
you,
get out of the room. You'll buy those fucking Cheez-Its.
I mean, they obviously, I mean, especially back in the day, the ads would be way louder, which
Yep.
was super fucking annoying. And I want to say they came out with like some kind of law against that, or rule against it, that said no, you can't do that anymore.
California just passed one, but generally they don't have that rule. California
really?
literally passed a law, or trying to pass a law that says that commercials can't be louder than a TV
Oh, I
show
thought
you're
they
watching.
did. I thought they did that a long time ago.
I think a lot of the TVs have figured out how to keep the volume from jumping up and down. Like it's a smart volume. So if it senses a spike in volume, it just knocks the volume level down. Yeah, California just tried to pass. I think it's trying to pass that law.
And they also had, and I don't know if they ever passed it because I haven't listened to the radio in a long time, but they were talking about years ago banning like commercials that had police sirens in it. Because
just
like
'cause
you'd be
people
driving
would,
down the
like,
fucking road and you'd be like, where is it? And then you'd be like, oh fuck, you'd freak out.
distract people.
And yeah,
Huh, I didn't hear about that one. Interesting.
but
I
I don't
mean,
like I
I
said,
don't
I don't
know.
know if
I
they would.
think you would just look around first and not freak out and just like fucking yoink on the steering wheel. I don't know. It just
I
seems like
did.
you wouldn't do that. But
I
what the fuck
did
do I know?
every time. Ran
That's
off the
'cause
road several times,
I'm a drug
crying,
mule.
pissing myself, shitting.
Shitting, pissing, whatever. That would be pretty fucked up. Like, sir, what'd you jerk? Dude, I heard sirens. Like, it was on the fucking radio. Like, I don't know. I got so much heroin shoved up my ass, dude. I have to be on guard all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Very paranoid.
My ass is gonna be full. I finally got to the It's Always Sunny episode where he's like, "Yeah, I'm a full-on rapist,
Yeah.
Africans, dyslexics." I finally got to that episode the other night, and I was just like dying laughing. Like so fucking good. And I also got to the one where Dee decided she was gonna be a surrogate, try to be a surrogate for this
Oh
couple.
yeah.
And I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10 kids.
Yeah.
She's like got the numbers, like this is how much it'll cost you if you have this many kids, and they're like,
Oh fuck.
oh man. You know, one
Mm.
show that I really enjoyed watching was The Mentalist.
Mm-hmm.
That one and Monk. Like, as far as like sitcoms that are not, I mean, Monk was more of a funny show. But I always love watching those. There's something about those type of shows where the characters like he's they have their weird like tendencies, but they're super intelligent. I mean, it's way better than what the shit they try to pass as TV today. I know we've talked about this several times, but fuck me. It's this stuff they try to pass as TV shows now is like, what do you get, like 3 viewers a night? Like, no one can. How do people sitting down and watching this shit and be like, oh, this is funny? That's all the brain dead. It's got to be people who literally got dropped as soon as they came out of their mom. Immediately got dropped on their heads.
Like new ones?
Yeah, like the
Or-
new stuff they try to pass as like funny sitcoms is like, shit's not funny.
Oh no. Like The Big Bang Theory.
Oh man, you'll piss a lot of people off at that one.
Really?
Oh man, no, there's so many people who love that show. So many people love that show. Oh yeah,
So it's so unfunny.
that's heresy to those people.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, we've visited this topic. So yeah. There's been a few funny parts in Big Bang Theory that I thought, but nothing like rolling on the floor laughing.
Right.
I was like, yeah, whatever.
Did
But I also
you
have a. Go ahead.
did you ever watch that show Two Broke Girls?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you're not missing much. It was worse than The Big Bang Theory. Like it was so
that about the-
unfunny.
Two girls that worked in a diner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was so cheesy and like it was just jokes. There was no like real dialogue. It was just like, how many jokes can we fit in here? And they were all cheesy jokes.
Yeah.
And it was almost like one of those sketch shows where somebody pops out and goes, they give their little tagline and everybody laughs and it wasn't funny at all. But yeah, that one sucked. I want to say like those two were like the death of that type of sitcom
Sitcom, yeah.
with the laugh track, and the laugh tracks didn't really make sense. Like they would tell a joke that was like, oh, that wasn't too bad, and nobody would laugh. And then somebody'd walk around the corner and throw a towel over their shoulder and everybody would laugh, and you're just like, well, you missed, somebody fucked up.
It's on the laugh track's on delay, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, fix the delay, stupid.
The guy's hammered. He's like, oh, that was funny.
And you're like, dude, he
Click the
fucking
button.
put a towel. I've never seen anybody put a towel on their shoulder like
Yeah.
that. And you're like, all right. I'm like, yo. I think the only
I came on that towel, dude. He put it on his shoulder. Fucking got jizz on his shoulder.
I think the only redeeming quality about Two Broke Girls was the size of the knockers on the one act.
Oh, yeah. No, they were hot as fuck.
Yeah. But that was like it.
Yeah.
Because like first time I think my daughter would watch it once in a while, and I was like, Jesus Christ, she's gonna fall down.
It was like, yeah, no, they were both very attractive. It's kind of like making, if you had like a movie, what's a really bad movie? You ever heard of The Room?
No.
It's kind of like famous for being the worst movie ever made.
Oh,
Have
wow.
you ever heard of the movie The Disaster Artist
Mm.
with James Franco and his brother Dave Franco?
Mm.
It's very funny. You should watch it. It's one of those movies you can watch once and be like, oh, I'm good. But anyway, this the Disaster Artist was a book written by an actor who was in this movie called The Room, and it was just a fucking weird. Anyway, James Franco turned it into a movie, but it's about the making of this movie, The Room.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, it's just horrible. It's just a low budget fucking dumb movie some guy wrote, made, and it was like his masterpiece. He was like going to make the greatest movie of all time. It just turned out to be the shittiest fucking. Get on YouTube sometime and look up like The Room best scenes, and you'll
There's
see what I mean.
nothing. It's just a blank shit. And you're like,
No, it's like it's the worst scenes. It's like the worst acting of all time. But anyway, it's Two Broke Girls. My point was, I don't care how hot they are. That show is so bad, I can't even watch it just for the hot girls. And I was gonna say it'd be like if Sydney Sweeney was in The Room and she was just naked the whole time. You couldn't even fucking watch it because the movie's so bad, but she's fucking naked.
that would be really.
Those big floppers just hanging around. That'd actually be my favorite movie, but
I'm just watching.
I can't believe you've never heard of The Room. You're in for a treat. It's kind of like people get jealous of people that have never seen like their favorite movie or something. They're like, oh, you're so lucky you've never seen that. You get to see it for the first time. What are you looking at?
I'm just watching clips,
Mm-hmm.
and it is.
Are you listening to it, or can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Play a couple.
No, I can't because it's making. I'll have to end the show with a hanging myself. So no thanks. I was just watching. I was like, it was the best scenes, and just people talking. He's like, I would never hit her. I would never hit her.
That's it. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so I know people just watch these. They're like low budget, like, they're like episodes of some story, and they're like 20 minutes long, and it's like really shitty acting. Like, it's well filmed, like bright, like good camera work, but like the actors just suck ass. And you're like, how the fuck do people watch this? This is like horrible. It's like everything's like there's always a bully, and then they finally get their comeuppance at the end. But it's like the same. It's like watching fucking Hallmark Christmas movies. Everything's the same every time. Same theme, different actors and actresses. Or sometimes you get the same actress and 5 of them, and it all turns out the same. Yeah, they go to this big city and they go to this town, and everybody loves Christmas, and then she finds a guy, and then they get together, and then
They
there's a
hate
bad
each other
scene,
first,
and
but
then
then they fall in love.
together. Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, and people just like fucking eat the
Oh,
shit
yeah.
up, and I'm like, it's always the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to make a movie like that, but like halfway through, just totally turn it into something like you were not expecting. Like, what the fuck? It's like somebody gets raped and then murdered, and fucking aliens come down, and Satan blows an alien or something. It's like, am I watching the same fucking movie? Like, there was people were just getting ready to fall in love, and then
dude builds like a dirty bomb, and then accidentally sets it off and nukes the whole town. And like 35 minutes in, it's like the end. You're like I paid $10 for this shit. You're like, short films.
Good though. Yeah.
It is like then the camera pans around, just all there is skeletons laying everywhere.
Yeah.
Shit's just you're like,
yeah.
it's
And then
dirty
Mr.
bomb
Bean,
Christmas.
Mr. Bean comes in. He's like, what the fuck? And then Medea comes in dressed up. What all these skeletons doing here, child?
Yeah. Oh, that would be crazy. Oh man, wouldn't it be great to be able to find somebody who's good. Even if you again filmed it in one room the whole time, you never left that room, and you just run through all that shit, and then put like something really jacked up halfway through, and then the end of it is just chaos.
Hmm.
It's just pure chaos, and everybody's like,
Like like the end of Blazing Saddles, where they just they're just on the movie set. And they go to that musical with all the gay guys singing and dancing. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I remember the first time I watched that, I was like, the ending was fucking retarded. Like that was, but then like the next time you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, that was good because you're
Yeah,
expecting it,
well
but
played.
then you're just like, yeah,
Yeah. I can't imagine writing a script and getting someone to agree to like make it, right? You make it to where it's like this really well done, like they think it's a love story, and then to get like halfway through the script and they're like,
Did you accidentally staple half of a different movie script to this? Or
they're like, okay, so the main character is now blowing his cat and his best friend is hitting him in the head with a ball peen hammer. Yeah, yeah, that's the love story. All this other stuff was just a setup for this.
there was Opie and Anthony. Jim Norton was on there, and he was talking about how he had a movie idea, and it was just going to be a regular movie, like a serious movie, but in the background of every scene, there's just gay guys just going at it, like talking about like how it's like JFK is in his Oval Office. What are we going to do about this Cuban Missile Crisis? And then all of a sudden the camera just like there's just blurry two guys blowing each other in the background, and nobody addresses it. Or just all of a sudden it just pans to just guys fucking. He goes on this rant about it. It's so fucking funny.
You imagine making something or you can, you're like, I'm sitting there thinking like, you can you can make a movie, same kind of concept, right? Do all the shit, but then throughout the movie, you would take like 40 of the most popular dog breeds and have them all be males, and then they'd have somebody have a serious conversation, and the camera pan. It's like a different dog every time licking its own balls. And it goes back. And people are like, why is this in the shot?
Yeah.
No, but it's a different dog every time. They're like, there's 40 different dogs in here. You're like, I know. It's freaking weird, but hey.
Or those movies that are like they have the weird. They're not musicals, but they'll just have like one weird,
like soundtrack,
not soundtrack, but like singing and dancing part in it, and you're just like, that was a weird part of that movie. Have you ever seen Ex Machina?
No.
That was a weird movie, and yeah, there was like a dance segment in that. It wasn't really like a High School Musical thing, but like it was just like all of a sudden this guy and this girl was like, oh, and they just start dancing like have their own like little routine, and this guy's like sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? It was anyway, something like that always cracked me up. Or No Country for Old Men. That movie was like, you think it's very real. Like you think, what's his name? Josh Brolin is going to be like the hero, and then he just dies and he's just laying there. Tommy Lee Jones just walks by him. Like he was the main character of the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, it's been so long since I watched that movie. I kind of forgot all the different stuff, but
I like movies like that. They're just like, oh, that didn't go the way. But we were talking about how the cookie cutter movies that every fucking movie's the same.
Yeah.
Just different characters.
And I mean, you look at Hollywood today and we're going to remake this movie. How about you don't? How about you come up with some new shit? But you're so afraid of offending someone, or you're so afraid of doing this, that, and the other, that you literally you've painted yourself into a corner where you can't do it. You've literally walled yourself off from making a bunch of creative stuff.
Yeah.
And then you just have to make up the dumbest bullshit you can. And like, oh, and then you have to have enough people go, it's some of the best cinema I've ever seen. Like, really? What box? You're like, you living outside? You ever, like, what are you doing? You never watched TV or a movie before? Like, that's
Right.
awful shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just painted themselves in a corner, and they've virtually eliminated themselves from making anything where you're like, holy shit. I mean, I'm not saying it's never going to happen, but those movies are fewer and far between.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
You just don't get the
like
ball.
the innovative movies that,
Yeah.
you know, like Pulp Fiction. Like there's never been a movie. There had never been movies like that really
Right.
before that.
Think about like The Matrix, right? Those movies were like way ahead of their time, and having all those cameras set up and doing all that motion stuff. I mean,
Mhm.
that was like, and you just don't get that shit. Now,
Right.
I will give credit to, I can't think of his name. The guy that directed the Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. Like they built this thing so you don't have to make all the set, but it's this huge like green screen that you can project whatever background, like CGI stuff, and then you could just have little bits to add to the set, and it looks realistic as hell. And like George Lucas came in and looked at it, and he's like, "Oh my god." So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so this John Fabry or whatever his name is, showed him this, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, if George Lucas would have had that technology when he put out those first Star Wars movies, holy shit. I can't imagine what they would have looked like if he would have had that technology. And it's like I said, it's really cool. He had people build it, put it together, and it saves them a lot of time and effort because they can just put a backdrop in, and it just like from when they're shooting it, it just looks real. And they can add some foreground features and make it look just like you're there on a fully built set, or you're in a location and you're not anywhere close. You're indoors somewhere. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty freaking cool. But now I scroll through shit, and I'm really getting sick and fucking tired of all these goddamn AI videos popping up now.
Yep. No, I hate them. Yeah.
And you can still tell they're AI because the human reaction to certain things, you're just looking at it like that can't be, there's no way that's real. Like,
Right.
no way on God's green earth that is real. But you just watch people in the comments, and some people like can't. Now, a lot of people are like fucking AI, but you can tell some people don't. Or if it's a photo and you're like, that's fucking AI. And some people are like, great photo or great shot or something. I'm like, that's fake as shit. What are you talking about? Great.
Yeah.
Someone typed in a prompt and some computer generated that image.
And it's weird because like AI is mimicking videos online.
Yeah.
So it's not natural how, because people online aren't natural. They're not acting natural. It's
right.
Hey guys, it's me. I'm whatever, or whatever. You know, it's fake.
Yeah.
And so AI is mimicking that, which makes it look even more fake. Yeah, I don't know how anybody can not tell it's AI.
I have seen a couple that it took me a minute. I'm like, that was fake. Because it starts out looking realistic, but in some point in that video, it makes a flip. And you're like, oh, that's fucking AI.
Yeah.
Now, I did see a really funny one the other day. Yesterday, I think. Where some dude's in a boat and he's like out on a big body of water, and he's got these fat women like whales coming up and jumping alongside the boat. Clearly AI. That one made me laugh. That one made me laugh hard. But did I ever play that? No, I'm not gonna play it. But there's one with God damn it, what's his name? Andrew Schultz during his podcast. They're like, you watch, he's like, man, I just scroll past them. He's like, they have to be so fucked up for me to watch it. And Like the guy pulls up and it's like Martin Luther King is sitting there and it's like kid with Down syndrome like grabs the microphone. He's like peanut butter. And then Martin Luther King pulls and Andrew Schultz is dying laughing. He goes, all right, I take back everything I just said. Because it was so fucked up. But yeah, in the photography realm, it's really pissing me off. Because I go on these photography pages and there'll be like one real photo and there'll be like 3 AI photos below it. And I'm like, why are those in there? You didn't
Right.
take those. And then somebody will like them. I'm like, oh my God. Have you ever picked up a camera? Have you ever edited a photo? Again, have you ever touched grass?
Right.
No, you haven't, because you're seeing this and you're like, that's really good. No, you're retarded.
Yeah.
And that scares me. You figure you get a few generations down the road, and that's all these kids see is AI generated shit. They're going to think it's all real.
Yep.
And then you can fool a whole bunch of people into believing any stupid bullshit you can imagine.
Yeah. You won't need like mass shootings because they'll be AI generated.
Yeah.
What? Who was telling me that there was like somebody put on Facebook that there was somebody on like a college campus going around with a gun?
Brown
they had-
University just had a shooting the other day.
No, it was AI.
Oh.
Like,
Was it?
It was on Facebook or TikTok.
I don't know.
Footage of a shooting, and people were like calling the cops. Like,
Oh, shit.
somebody got a picture of this guy with a gun on the campus. What, and like the cops would be like, we don't see anybody. We're not, and they were like actually looking for him. I don't know if it's true, but this is what somebody was telling me the other day at work.
Ugh,
So
that's scary as hell.
yeah, create mass panic by making this some kind of
Yep.
AI bullshit.
It's like, yeah, you got to pull your head out of your ass a little bit. Stop being so white and weird all the time.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. All right, let's see what I got here. Just checking some other shit. Well, I think we've run out of steam, so we're going to call it now. A little over an hour and a half, just like we discussed. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of the No Integrity Podcast. Woo fucking who.
Huh?
Swallow the mic.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Remember, pink sock.
Pink sock.